Hello knowledge seekers, and welcome to today's video. We will be looking at a close language analysis of Act 1, Scene 1 of the play Romeo and Juliet. First, puns and wordplay. The scene begins with Samson and Gregory, two Capulet servants, engaging in wordplay and puns. They make sexual innuendos and jokes to insult the Montagues. For example, Samson: I will show myself a tyrant. When I have fought with the men, I will be cruel with the maids and cut off their heads. Here, Samson uses the imperative cut off their heads as a pun, implying both violence and sexual innuendo of taking the virginity of the Montague maid to assert male dominance. This kind of wordplay adds humour and tension to the scene. Second, metaphors and imagery. Shakespeare often employs metaphors and vivid imagery to convey complex emotions. Tybalt, in particular, uses striking imagery to express his anger. For example, Tybalt: what? Drawn and talk of peace. I hate the word as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Tybalt compares his hatred for peace to his hatred for hell, emphasizing the intensity of his anger. This creates a vivid image of his fiery temperament. His character also links to the theme of violence in the play. Third, foreshadowing. The scene contains foreshadowing of the tragedy to come. For example, the prince's warning about the consequences of further violence foreshadows the following tragic events. For example, Prince: if ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. The phrase forfeit of the peace suggests that lives will be lost if the feud continues, hinting at the tragic fate that awaits Romeo and Juliet. Fourth, blank verse and prose. In this scene, Shakespeare uses blank verse, unrhymed iambic pentameter, and prose, ordinary language. The higher-ranking characters like Tybalt and the prince often speak in verse, while the servants use prose. This contrast in language helps distinguish the social status and personalities of the characters. It also adds rhythm and variation to the dialogue. Fifth, structure and repetition. The scene is structured around the escalating conflict, with each character's speech contributing to the tension. The repetition of insults and challenges emphasizes the confrontational atmosphere. For instance, Samson repeatedly challenges the Montagues to draw, which contributes to the scene's rising tension. Sixth, characterization through speech. Shakespeare uses the characters' speech patterns and choices to reveal their personalities. Tybalt's fiery and aggressive nature is evident in his confrontational language, while the servants' bawdy humour reflects their lower social status. For instance, Tybalt's passionate speech reflects his impulsive and vengeful character. In summation, in Act 1, Scene 1, Shakespeare employs a variety of language techniques to introduce the central conflict, establish character traits, and foreshadow the tragic events of the play. His masterful use of language creates a vivid and engaging scene that draws the audience into the world of Verona and the feuding families. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.